did you look up any hints or tips? Because it's fair to say you was having a bit of a struggle with some of it last time.
I was having a struggle in the first hour because I've never played a rhythm game since Guitar Hero when I was 12. After that, I was doing fine.
What if we gave you the Guitar Hero controller for it?
Dude, I would destroy. If I could, like, set up... I think it's still up in my attic somewhere. If I could set up, like, the Guitar Hero drum set and, like, use the drums for it, I would destroy this game.
Yeah, like if you had Goofy and Donald as, like, the hi-hats and Sora was... I forget what the main drum is called now. Maybe the main drum called the hi-hat.
The snare?
I don't know.
The snare?
Maybe. I'm sure there's someone in your chat who knows more about drums than I do.
I honestly have no idea. But anyways, let's just... That was good enough to stay as the intro. So hello everyone watching on YouTube, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Let's load back up the game. I've got Liam and Lauren here with me. I can't talk today, which is why I have these two with me. But we're going to be loading back up the game. I've gotten a bunch of rank increases for, like, obtained S5 story scene cards, bonus rhythm points increased by 2. I don't know what any of this information means. All of my characters' defense is increased by 3. I don't really know how stats work in this game, but here we are. All characters' strength increased by 2. What does increasing strength do?
That's what I was wondering. So the only thing I can assume is there are those few Heartless where it takes you 2 or 3 hits to kill them. Maybe after a certain interval it drops that by 1. Yeah, maybe.
I have no idea. This appears to be, freely choose songs to play versus battle complete with other players or computer opponents. So this is probably how I get to the things I synthesized.
Well, the co-op icon is adorable.
It really is. Dude, I love that we got Axel, Roxas, and Xion here. I wish Saix was there too, like in the end of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Oh man, but we're just gonna continue with World Tour for now. I swear, I just can't talk today.
Can you ever?
That's a really good point, and I wish you hadn't pointed it out. But here we are. Alright, last time we did the first Castle Oblivion song, I believe, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna continue on. It looks like it only goes for like 4 little mini worlds. One of these has got to be the 13th struggle, Liam.
Oh yeah. Like, there's no doubt in my mind.
Wait. Would you like to give Lauren and the audience a bit of a rundown of, like, Kingdom Hearts 1 ended and now we're in Castle Oblivion? And I'll fact check you as you go?
Yeah, sure, we can do that. So Kingdom Hearts 1 ended. Sora, Donald, and Goofy done the fight with Maleficent, and then it became apparent that Riku was taken over by someone called Ansem.
Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, very specific.
The Seeker of Darkness. They had to then track down this Ansem, who had Riku and also had the secrets of where Riku and Mickey were, and they tracked him down to the end of the world. That's literally what it's called. They then defeated Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, at Kingdom Hearts. But they had to, and they opened it, and it was full of light, but then they had to close it. However, it can only be closed from both sides. So they found Mickey and Riku, and they had to be on one side of the door, while Sora, Donald, and Goofy were on the other side of the door. A bunch of worlds got restored that were destroyed, including Destiny Islands. And then Sora, in his infinite glory, just said, "No, I don't believe that Riku and Mickey are actually gone, so I'm just going to go find them." And then that's what happened between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. And now they're at this place called Castle Oblivion.
For the record, the game's numerical values are not accurate as you would expect. Kingdom Hearts 2 is the 3rd game in the franchise.
Yes, this is Kingdom Hearts 1.5.
Is stupid.
Yes,
well, maybe you're stupid, Lauren.
Well, okay, you're right.
I'm with her on this one. But he's at this Castle Oblivion. Sora, Donald, and Goofy are at this Castle Oblivion place because they ran into a man in a black cloak who said Riku was here.
And they believed him.
Is one of the men in the black cloak, is that one of the people the Chaos is...
Yeah, so the Black Cloak is basically, typically, although sometimes characters who aren't a member of the organization wear it, but typically if you're wearing the Black Cloak, that means you're a member of Organization 13. These 3 characters are all members of Organization 13, at least at some point in the franchise.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. And then it puts you into the game of Chain of Memories, where Sora's going through various floors of the castle that
Playing
reads
Yu-Gi-Oh the entire time.
Yep, he has card powers. It reads his memories, which is why during the game he revisits the old worlds that he's been to. So he goes to like Agrabah again and Halloween Town and
Traverse Town, etc.
And he goes to them all again because it's reading his memories. However, it's not really the castle that's reading his memories. It's a girl that's in the castle called Namine, who is something called a nobody.
My favorite character.
Yeah, your favorite character. Really, really quick, I got a cutscene we gotta watch here.
Go for it. Probably
Journey
explain it
in
better than I did.
search of Riku and Mickey, and found himself at Castle Oblivion. Using cards made from memories of the worlds they'd visited, the group continued deeper into the castle. Meanwhile, Riku awoke beneath the castle and was met by a mysterious voice. With Sora headed for the top floor, and Riku aiming for the ground floor, the two continued to climb, each on their own path.
So anyways, Riku shows up in the basement of Castle Oblivion after leaving the Realm of Darkness that he and Mickey got locked on when at the end of KH1, while Sora is on the first floor going up to the 13th and final floor. The entire time Sora is going through Castle Oblivion, he's going through his past memories, but also his memories are being altered and removed. So the creed that they say when you go into Castle Oblivion is, I believe it's to find is to lose and to lose is to gain, or something like that. So you lose memories, but they say it reveals your deepest memories by doing so. But that's just a lie that the organization tells Sora, because they're having Namine, who they call the Memory Witch, mess around with Sora's memories so they can turn him into their puppet.
Good. Good for Sora.
Says this song. Oh no, it is the 13th struggle. Yeah, we're doing the 13th struggle.
Yeah, I mean there isn't much to do in the castle unless it wanted to make you replay all the levels again.
Yep. So anyways, Organization 13 members are made up of beings called Nobodies. Whenever a person becomes a Heartless, which I don't think we explained, Heartless are like when people can become Heartless from like being consumed by darkness. And when they become a Heartless, if they had a very strong like heart, then their body will remain behind without a heart in it anymore, because the heart is like what became the Heartless. And they become a Nobody, which means they don't have a heart. They have no feelings or anything of the sort.
As someone said in the chat though, except when they do.
Well, I was gonna bring it up later, but the whole they don't have feelings things was just a lie.
Yes,
Right.
but yeah, so the body continues, and then particularly strong Nobodies get to stay looking like how they looked when they had a heart. So that's people that are in the organization, basically. However, some of these creatures are seen on the screen now, like these knights that have swords. They are also Nobodies, but they're just like nobody versions. No, not the knights, but you'll see some later on. They're usually like gray.
They're a little like
color.
they're tiny Nobodies who just look like standard monsters, like the Heartless do. Those are weaker Nobodies. The strongest of Nobodies end up looking like the guy with red hair here. That's what they look like when they're
People.
They just look like what they did when they still had hearts.
Okay.
And that's basically it. And Namine, spoilers, is Kairi's Nobody. Because Kairi lost her heart during the, I forget when. She's had so many times where she's been beaten up.
Apparently, I actually learned this when I was playing KH2, I believe. There's some game somewhere has a lore tidbit in one of the journals that says Namine is created the same time Roxas is when Sora stabs himself with the Dark Keyblade.
I suppose that would make sense, because Kairi's heart is in Sora's heart, so both their hearts escaped from the body they were in.
Yeah, I always thought that Namine was created when Kairi put her heart in Sora, because her body lost her heart.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, that's what I always thought, but apparently chat fact-checked it and said that it's, the lore states that Roxas and Namine came into being at the same time.
Fine.
As Sora
Sure,
advanced
whatever.
Oh, I've got more cutscenes again.
Oh, God.
through the castle, his memories started to fade. In exchange, new memories of Namine grew clearer. It quickly became his goal to save her from where she was being held captive in the castle. Meanwhile, Riku was fighting the darkness within himself as he continued through the castle. Lying in wait to confront him was a boy who looked just like him, a replica of himself created by the organization. This replica was planted with false memories that caused him to stand in Sora's way.
They want to get through all of Chain of Memories' storyline as quick as they can in this game.
Yeah, because everyone accepts that it was a bad game.
I
it was
disagree with
definitely-
that. It's a game that's not meant for everyone, and its gameplay doesn't fit in with the franchise, but it is not a bad game in and of itself.
It's the weakest of the games.
No, Recoded is the weakest of the games. Come on, brother.
I didn't even realize Recoded was playable. I thought it was just a bunch of movies.
No, it's a playable DS game.
Oh, okay. As a DS game, then probably Recoded, yeah. Basically, any of the ones that came out on handheld, except for Birth by Sleep, are the weakest.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Recoded and 358 are the weakest gameplay-wise. But
Dream Drop
I
Distance
totally
wasn't
understand
great
if
either.
someone doesn't like Chain of Memories gameplay style, then that's the weakest one for you just because you don't... It just doesn't fit you. It's not a standard KH game. I personally, love deck builders and had a lot of fun with it, but I understand other people not liking it.
Dream Drop Distance wasn't great either.
Dream Drop Distance was the best of the handheld ones, probably, other than Birth by Sleep. It was
Yeah,
the thing is, Dream Drop Distance is like a step above 358 and Recoded. I feel like 358 and
Yes.
Recoded, not bad games, really, but definitely they are above and beyond the weakest gameplay-wise of any other
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah. But, oh well. It happened. They happened. And many of the handheld games, their main purpose was to mess up the story.
Yeah.
Nomura
It
wanted
seems
to
like
get
it.
wild with it, and that's how he did it.
Like, all of the handheld games, pretty much all of the story issues stem from the handheld games.
Well, I mean, Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 are, not and even Kingdom Hearts 1, just because they retcon so much of it, it's not like they're above blame. All of Kingdom Hearts is a mess of a story, although I love it.
You can't blame Kingdom Hearts 1 because it was the first. Someone made that with a story in mind, and then someone changed that story at some point.
Well,
So
no,
you can't
Nomura's
blame...
done them all, hasn't he? So, he just, I'm pretty sure he didn't expect to get
No.
as much out of Kingdom Hearts as he did, and so all of the
Yeah,
stuff in
not at all.
KH1 had to be incredibly retconned as a result. I screwed up this song really bad, so I'm starting over.
I think he definitely plans to stop after Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 had such a... Apart from the end credits scene, it had such an ending where he's like, cool, and that's the end. Even the end credits scene, you could have just said, oh yeah, they got a letter to go visit King Mickey, and that's the end.
I don't think so.
It had the most close ending of any of the games without it actually being the ending. One.
I mean, it
one
had
was left on the cliffhanger
ending.
of,
It had
where-
an ending thing. I get what you're saying there, and I agree with that. But I don't think he planned to end at KH2 ever.
He should have.
With all of the no, I heavily disagree with that. I'll fight you on this, Liam.
No, I think he should have ended the current story with Kingdom Hearts 2, and if he wanted to do the rest of this, start a new story.
I think you should fight Liam.
I don't think Kingdom Hearts as a franchise should have ended. I think it should have possibly been two separate stories.
There's too much stuff with too many characters I like to agree to that.
You could have had more of a story around the Birth by Sleep trio rather than making it part of Sora's story.
I don't think that would have gone over well to switch off of Sora. Also, Kingdom Hearts 2 left so much stuff unknown with Roxas and all, and the past.
Did it though?
All you knew was that he was Sora's nobody and that he betrayed the organization. You didn't know anything about Shion. You didn't know anything about his time in the organization or why he did what he did, what made him betray. Roxas didn't even really know why he betrayed the organization at the end of 358 over 2 days. He was like, I have to know the truth. I have to fight Xemnas because he was losing his memory of Shion. And that was why he went. But as he was going, he was slowly forgetting why he was even doing it, because he was forgetting about her. But
I guess, but again, they just made it so much more difficult. Like, if they put more, I feel like if they put more into KH2, they could have answered that question without making a whole storyline about Shion, which felt more convoluted than it needed to be.
well, I mean, that's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. He could have shortened it down and ended the story sooner and just.
Liam, I don't
made
think you
more
realize
story
that Kingdom Hearts 2 is also incredibly convoluted.
Oh, it
Kingdom
is.
Hearts 2 literally, like, retconned Ansem the Seeker of Darkness being Ansem.
That is true. And it had Diz, who was also confusing.
Return to World Tour.
Namine had
At first, Diz was very confusing. As a child, I just chose to ignore that.
Yeah. Yeah, Diz was in between them too, was in Chain of Memories. It's insane. Like, all of Kingdom Hearts, like, no Kingdom Hearts game is above the convolutedness. I'm pretty sure they all just run, other than Kingdom Hearts 1, where they clearly retcon stuff out of it. I really think Kingdom Hearts 1, it was meant to be, like, a game, and he left it open-ended with Riku and stuff at the end, so that he could continue if he wanted to, and then after KH1, like, crushed it, they were like, yo, let's make 87 games. Based on just this.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then they went for it. We got
Let's
another cutscene
absolutely
to
keep
listen
going
about
with this.
Namine. Larxene is going over to, like, torture her or something.
power to overwrite the memories of Sora and those connected to him. The organization used this power for their own gain. Even after discovering the shocking truth that his memories of Namine were fake, Sora still chose to protect her. He prepared for the final battle, eager to finally retrieve his lost memories.
That cutscene was made better by the sound of Liam tapping on his very loud keyboard.
I was purposefully trying to not tap loudly.
Dude, I think they're about to let me do Lord of the Castle. I think that's the only song that could be left. And yeah, there are flower petals. It's got to be Lord of the Castle. Melody of Oblivion. Yep, Lord of the Castle. Nice. Is this an actual boss fight? So, Lauren.
Yeah.
Organization 13. It's spelt with the Roman numeral XIII for 13. How many members do you think there are in Organization 13?
Probably not 13.
Well,
By the way that you're phrasing this, I have to assume that it's not the easy answer.
It's really debatable.
Okay.
It's the answer. Liam, what are the two possible answers? Do you know?
For what? I wasn't listening.
How many members are in Organization 13? I feel it's debatable. There are two possible answers.
Oh god, there's either loads or like 14. 14 is a definite 14 is an answer in my head.
13 and 14 are the two options.
Yeah, it depends whether you count.
Yeah, so there are 13 members of Organization 13, and in 358 over 2 days, this black-haired girl that's fighting with us right here, Shion, she was added as number 14 in 358 over 2 days. When near the end of that, she is actually a replica created from Sora's memories of Kairi, which, you know, is as complicated as it sounds. But, so at the end of 358 over 2 days, they, like, decide that she's not worth the trouble, and, like, the Organization 13 higher-ups do. But Roxas, who is Sora's nobody, who is number 13, is, like, good friends with her. So I gotta focus on a lot of jumps. But, at the end of 358 over 2 days, one of the main members of Organization 13, when they say they're, like, getting rid of Shion, and then Roxas is like, why? She's one of us. He says, look, they have this room with 13 chairs in a big circle that they all sit at for meetings. And he says, look at these chairs, Roxas. When have we ever been more than just 13? So, you know, it's kind of debatable if you want to say Organization 13 was legitimately just the 13 members, or if Shion counted.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of different versions of Xehanort to throw in there as well.
Well, that's the new organization, or the true Organization 13. There are two Organization 13s. The one that was originally introduced as the antagonists of Chain of Memories, as well as Kingdom Hearts 2. And then there's the Organization 13 made up entirely of one dude using time travel in Kingdom Hearts 3.
There's too much in this game.
Well, you say this game. This is a series of, like, 8 games.
There's too much in this series of 8 games.
It's a lot.
What if everyone who had a dark cloak was a member of Organization 13?
Mickey is an organization, is a member of Organization 13. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Maybe. How else did he get the cloak?
Yeah, you see these cloaks that they're wearing? Well, I mean, Ansem, or Diz gave it to him. But you see these cloaks that they're wearing that we said mean you're a member of Organization 13? Lauren? Yeah, Mickey, there's a Mickey Mouse shaped one that Mickey Mouse wears.
How did Diz get the Mickey Mouse cloak?
He's a great seamstress.
I was gonna say, because it's not his, because it fits Mickey Mouse.
Maybe it was his. Maybe he put on some weight over the years.
He just tore off a pocket and was like, "That you can wear that."
Yeah.